Welcome to Brutally Honest, where I do not wear the hat of the manufacturer whilst reviewing the manufacturer's car and then tell you it's going to fly off the shelf and it ticks all the boxes. Which brings us on to this, the Maxus T90 EV, specifically my Maxus T90 EV. Should you buy one? No. Thanks for watching. You see, Maxus had a problem. They wanted to make the e-tron NAN, but that was going to take a few years to build and develop. So what they did was they grabbed a T60 diesel, threw the engine away, and then fitted the motor and battery pack from the e-deliver NAN. They then said, that'll be £65,000 please. Nobody bought one. So they sat on the docks for about 18 months and they had a little fire sale. Even at 23 grand, nobody wanted one. So how come I had this lease for 18 months? Because it was £97 a month and £97 down. So for £65,000, you're expecting this to be fully loaded. Well, USB-C? No. DAB? No. Wireless charging? No. Keyless entry? No. Wireless CarPlay? No. RDS, that thing that's existed on the radio for about 30 years? No. You have to choose the number of the radio and then you've got no idea what the station is. Is it Radio 2? Might be. Rear speakers? No. A mirror for the passenger sun visor? No. This armrest does slide. However, it creaks along as you drive, which gets annoying. £65,000 leather seats? No, they're plastic. Oh, sorry, vegan leather. The seat is also incredibly uncomfortable. It has like a lumbar support that's not adjustable. So the bottom of your spine is just getting punched constantly. The seats are electric. So the CarPlay works, unless you plug your phone in too fast, in which case you'll have audio, but no screen whatsoever. You have to hold the button to manually reset that. Happens maybe once a week. So I know a few people who had these on the cheap lease. Some of them sent them back. Why haven't I sent mine back? Well, if you turn the traction control off, and if you hit the power button, it will just go sideways. I'll be honest, it's not that sophisticated. Even with the traction control on, it will go sideways. Sometimes when you want to, sometimes when you don't want to. It'll just light a wheel up. I'm not suggesting the name of this car is Taylor Drift. Top speed. The speedo goes to 130. And so, you know, it's got 200 odd brake horsepower. It's limited to 73.8 miles an hour. Technically, that's fast enough. It loses steam after about 30 miles an hour though. Not to 30, you're all right. Past 30, it's not brilliant. Now, me and Taylor Drift, we don't believe in eco-driving. The dashboard will always say 253 max range. I'll be honest, I get about 200 miles. In the winter, 160, which isn't brilliant. Speaking of winter, the heater, it does have climate control. And you can say, I want 23.5. You're not getting that. You can have hot, or you can have cold. There's no middle at all. It's like a tap. And when you do press hot, the power range just drops by about 60 miles. There is a reason for that, which I'm not going to go into. The other problem as well, when the heater is on, it smells of burning plastic. £65,000, cruise control? No. Oh yes, the wipers and the indicators are on the wrong side. So you can pretend that you drive a 1997 Hyundai Accent. And even after 18 months, I still get confused. You can buy the correct stalks. There's a dolly there, I love. You can buy the stalks on AliExpress for about 38 quid, but then you've got to take the wheel apart and it's not my car. Right, I'm just on charge. Because it uses the diesel flap, it's not in the best place. So certain charging points you can't really get to. It's a big surprise, it is a big car, but I've just used one of them do-it-yourself jet wash things. The car's too big. It's too long, so the back end of the car's all dirty. There's that rattle. There's that rattle. So as I was saying, it slides. But again, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to say it ticks all the boxes because £65,000. If you want to laugh, there is actually a Facebook group and everybody's complaining, to be fair. As you'd expect. Now this part, plastic bonded on. I have seen some that have actually fallen off. Diesel charge port. Just flies everywhere. So being a pickup truck, it wants to be on farms, it must have incredible ground clearance. Well, let's have a look, shall we? Yep, there's the motor. And there's a can of Coke. You're not going to get 2 cans of Coke under there. And that is pretty much the diesel rear axle, just with that lobbed on the end. So, I know what you're thinking, there must be loads of space under here. Well, there isn't. There is a diesel engine cover, but what I've done is I've bought this from B&M. It was about a tenner. And so, charging cable. That there is where the front motor was supposed to plug in, but because it was a sales disaster, that's the only thing that remains. Right, so this creaky armrest. Oh, where are you? There we are. Glove box. It's not the best size, but I've seen worse. Actually, CarPlay works until it doesn't. Bezel's a bit big, to be fair, on this. That is for the diesel version to switch between 2-wheel drive and 4-wheel drive. Two cup holders, decent sized bin. You've got a cup holder that slides out there, and the dashboard. No, not you. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen an electric car that's got an analog gauge like that. Again, because it's probably just lifted straight out of the diesel, that'll do, sort of mentality. And again, wipers, indicators, the wrong side. So in the back, there is actually a 150 watt socket, but it's European, and 150 watts is absolutely pointless. This seat does come forward, so you've got a bit of storage space back there. That's actually where the charger is supposed to be, but it's going to be a faff, so that's why I left it under the front. Armrest with 2 cup holders. Electric windows in the back, which is a surprise. So whereas a Prius is silent until it reaches 5 miles an hour, this makes a noise up until 20 miles an hour. Some people have unplugged the speaker at the front, but then if you hit somebody, that's just going to be a disaster. And it's not the best sounding noise in the world. You need to calm down. You're being too loud. A bloke came up to me in the Bakers because he heard the noise. Can you hear this armrest? A bloke came up to me in the Bakers because he heard the noise and said, "Is that electric?" And I said yes. And he said, "Can it tow?" There's a wasp in the car. As I was saying, he said, "Can it tow?" Well, yes, maybe, sort of. You see, the manual says 800 kilos, but the website said 1,000 kilos, and apparently Maxus over in Ireland said the only way we will sell this in the UK is if it has a 1.5 ton tow limit. But nobody seems to know what the tow limit actually is. Speaking of, if you try and order the tow bar from the UK, it's not the right one. They will send you one for an e-deliver 3, and it has to be wired in and soldered. There is a correct part that you can get from Germany, and it is plug and play. I don't think the dealers care about these, to be fair. I've also got a rattle over here. And I don't know what it is, it's been like that for months. And for people with like a Nissan Leaf and they say, "Oh, well, I get 3 million miles on a charge. And oh, I get so many kilowatt hours a mile." I don't care. I drive a car like a normal person. I'm not on a motorway doing 56 miles an hour behind a lorry to eke a little bit of more power. It's a car. Unfortunately, this one, because it's shaped like a brick, it's very, very thirsty, and it costs a fortune to charge. Now, this is because it's a pickup truck, not because it's just an electric pickup truck. It's classed as a van, so you have to get van insurance, which cost me a fortune as well, because I've never had a van before, even though I've got 10 years. No claims on a car, doesn't count. But yeah, it will light up the back wheels for no reason. Well, one of the reasons, it's on Chinese 4x4 tyres. because that's cheaper for Maxus to use those tyres and wheels than develop their own tyres and wheels for the electric version. I'm not saying they've nitpicked with pricing. Whoever decided 65 grand, it's insane. You do see them occasionally for like 17, 18 grand. Don't do it. The thing is, I've never owned a boring car. This isn't boring. It's stupid. Not quite pointless, but not far off. RS4 Estate? Fuck me. I've had so many people look at me when I'm filming, which I absolutely hate. I don't know how YouTubers do it, to be fair. It's not my not the happiest day of my life filming that, to be honest. So yeah, regarding the e-Terron 9, the all-new, all-electric platform that the Maxus have built, genuinely, I mean, yes, it looks like a Rivian, but I would love to have a go in one of them, because I think that's the car that this should have been from day one. And that has a proper frunk. Not something I've cobbled together for a father. Let me put it in power mode, and I'll show you what tail the drift can do. So there is power mode, there's normal mode, and then there's eco mode. There is a slight difference in power, but normal mode's fine for everyday use. The only problem you've got is if you want to overtake and you're above 30 miles an hour, don't always want to take that risk, because it just goes dead above 30. Strangely, it's a really nice car to drive. I mean, the rock hard seat and the ride's a bit hard, but it's a really, really nice car to drive. And like I say, a lot of people have sent theirs back. I really like driving this thing. I'm not a fan of charging it up, because I haven't got a home charger. Hypothetically, I've never hit the speed limiter. But if you did, on like a racetrack, then the speedo actually shows 80, even though it's actually 73.8. I could do without that pedestrian noise. I've just cleaned this. So what's next? Well, the big panda's out in October/November. Whether I do that, I don't know. And because I've got no home charging, the hybrid one makes more sense. There is a VIP day in October that I'm going to, just to have a look at it. Right, see the Americans watching. This is a 60 mile an hour limit. Power mode on. 3, 2, 1. Is there a car coming? Is there a tractor coming? Is there a kid in a Fiesta ST doing 300 miles an hour? You just don't know. Oh, please don't bottom out. Oh, this is a stupid car. Hello, can I have a cobbled together Chinese made electric pickup truck made with van components, please? Yes, you can. Just make sure it's on a lease. Well, sadly, Sailor Drift is going back, getting collected very shortly. I am going to be sad because it's terrible in pretty much every way. It's a really nice car to drive. They've made a strangely weird car to drive. There's something cobbled together. You shouldn't drive this fun. Please lend me an e-Teron 9. So what am I going to score out of 10? 3. However, it does get bonus points because it's stupid. So 7 out of 10. No matter the price, never, ever, ever buy this car. So apparently, Seik Maxus have fixed all these issues with the e-Teron 9. But I don't know because I haven't driven one. So Maxus, please send me one for review. Just remember, I'm going to be brutally honest. Thanks for watching.